Yes, it's true. I am 60 years old. And these are the things that I've learned throughout my life. The first thing I wanted to share is that I get a shock and awe when people actually find out that I am 60 years old. That's what my birth certificate says. I know when I graduated from high school. I know how old my children are. So yes, it is true. The thing that kind of shocks even myself being this age and looking at myself is the fact that I thought I would look like a grandma when I got to be this age. I thought that I would have a lot of health issues. I have none. I thought that I thought I had reached a decline once I hit 50, but here I am. I'm still very active. I still get out and I get my jog in. I try to eat healthy. I do a lot of things that I did when I was back in my 30s. So the only difference is that I'm just an older person. From what I know, is that, the thing that I have learned, have gained in this age is that 60 looks like confidence. I have gained a lot of confidence in myself. I realize, surprisingly, that it's not decline, that you just kind of enter a different phase in life, but it's not decline. You are still as vibrant as before, mental clarity. I mean, it's just, I feel like the same old person I was when I was in my 30s and 40s, but the only difference, like I said, is that I've gained a lot of confidence. I've gained a lot of wisdom. And I'm not so quick to jump to conclusions like I would have in the past too. I'm very comfortable with myself. Like I said, I still get out and exercise and stuff like that. And it's so funny to hear the younger men trying to pick me up, and they're in their 30s and 40s. And I just look at them like, I'm old enough to be your mother. And they think I'm lying. I'm like, I'm not lying. But it is absolutely true. One of the advantages I will say about being 60 and above is that it gives me some freedom because I have learned how to tailor how I work to get that stream of income coming in, where it gives me the freedom to just, participate in family outings, events, things of that nature, go on longer vacations because I'm not bound to the only having 1 week of vacation or taking 1 week at a time. I can kind of go where I want to. For those who do not know, I am a psychology professor, most of which is online. And when I have to go in, it's not all the time. So I've learned to master how to make money without being tied down to a 9 to 5. And so it has given me that freedom to do so. Also, it has given me the freedom to even impart some wisdom to younger people. So give them something to strive for because, I assumed when I got to be this age that I would have a lot of wrinkles and things of that nature. And I noticed actually, like my mom passed away when she was 88. She didn't have any wrinkles. So I don't think we wrinkle in my family. I don't know. Maybe a few up here. I don't know. But trust me, this is minimal makeup. I don't have a lot on at all. And I just chalk that up to genetics. I have no idea. Cause I even noticed, I can't even say it's necessarily how I eat and exercise, because my other family members who doesn't necessarily have a stricter exercise and eating diet regimen, they still look young too. So it may be for my family, it may be genetics. I have no idea, but that doesn't mean what you look like has nothing to do with how you actually feel, right? So it's a totally different mindset. And for me, like I said, it has opened my eyes a lot to let me know that this age doesn't mean that you're old, that you're wiser. That's for sure. You have more discernment. You have a lot of clarity about things, right? You know what you will accept, what you will not accept, right? And so those are the things that I take with me. The other things too, guys, for me, don't for me, I don't let a lot of stuff worry. I don't worry at all. I mean, if I can't control it, I can't control it. If it's something I can control, I'll do what I can to make it right. But if I can't, if it's out of my power, you can pray about it, and I actually do that. But I just don't let myself get just bogged down with things that I just cannot control, right? I do feel like I reinvented myself too, because when I realized, like, wait a minute, when I was in my 50s, I'm like, I look like I'm in maybe late 30s, maybe early 40s. What is going on here? But I did realize, I started to embrace the things that were working for me and let go of some things that didn't work. Now, I will be honest with you. There were things I had to let go. I used to, honesty is a huge thing for me. And when someone felt like I was being dishonest when I knew I wasn't, it would truly bother me. But I've learned to let that go, because what I've come to realize is that people they will form their opinions about you regardless of what you try to convince them of. So don't even worry about that. Just be yourself. And I'm going to tell you, that has helped me to have a lot of peace with a lot of things. Like, I know that I did my best. I know that my intentions were genuine. But when they're not received that way, it's okay. However, I will say this: I will not let someone step over me when I feel like, I definitely know that I'm being neglected or abused or just taken advantage of. I'm going to let you know. And I said, hey, it's been real, but the respect, the love, the genuineness, the kindness that I expressed to you, it was real. And so since it's not being reciprocated, I know where I stand with you. And, you have to at times categorize them, put them in perspective, right? Like, okay, you're in this section. I know who I can truly be honest with and who I can't be honest with. Last year, my best friend, my confidant, passed away. Now, I got several best friends, I do, but this was the one I told my innermost secrets. And you know why I was able to do that? Because I knew she was a trustworthy person. Sometimes we just need to have someone to just discuss things that are on our mind. Not necessarily saying that you out there doing anything taboo, but just things that you were confused with. And I knew that she would always tell me the truth. Even if I didn't want to hear it, she was going to tell me the truth because she knew it would be best for me. And she also knew that I would receive it. Yes, I truly miss her. Rest in peace, Miss Carol. I do, but I at times still remember our conversations and the fact that she had just so much confidence in me doing all that I'm doing in life. It just warmed my heart. One of the biggest myths that I thought turning this age is that I would have a lot of aches and pains. Guys, I don't have any. I don't have any. I still get out there and do my jogging, my walking. I've already gone out today, and I have a big dog, so he likes to get out in the neighborhood and go everywhere. And then a lot of times too, if we don't go that far, I'll bring him back into the house and I go out and do another 3 miles. I feel just great. My spirit hasn't aged. I don't, mental clarity, I have all of that. But like I said, I have a renewed spirit in me, where I feel more grounded. I feel more self assured, where I'm going in life, what I'm doing in life. I'm truly loving life right now. Right. So, the biggest thing I want you guys to understand that being this age doesn't mean you have to reinvent yourself. Now, for me, I am 60 years old. Like I say, I still teach. And it's one of those things I've been contemplating. I've been with the state board now with I work for the state that I live in, as a professor. And you're supposed to do at least 10 years to make 10 years. So I'm 5 years into that. So, of course, that would be 65 when I would be able to fully retire, uh, being fully vested and getting a pension from the state. But I, I look at what I'm doing right now, teaching wise. I don't, I'll just kind of weigh that once I get there if I want to, because it's quite easy. Most of which, like I said, I am doing online anyway. Go in periodically. They don't want us coming every week because of the way the classes are structured, right? They're supposed to be mostly online classes. So I can truly do this anywhere I want to. And it gives me that freedom to still have that stream of income coming in, where and I can still just go and vacation wherever I want to go. Last year, I took 6 vacations. One, I was gone for 2 weeks. No, I didn't have to put in PTO or anything like that. I am a professor. And so all I had to do was schedule my class where I would be off those weeks anyway, sent that out to the class. Well, I wasn't off, but I didn't have to go into the classroom. And we went to Australia and Vanuatu and New Caledonia, and it was wonderful. I went other places too. I had to go out to Phoenix for a moment. I had to go to Orlando a couple of times. I'm at a school there as well, and that one is strictly online. So just had to participate in the graduation there. I spent some time in Asheville, North Carolina. All these trips, what I'm saying is that all these trips I was able to take. I know there were 6. There are a few others out there. Oh, yeah, I went on another cruise. That's right, around 4th of July. All these trips I was able to take because I have that freedom to do so. I can just get up and go. Oh, I forgot when I turned 60, we went to Cabo San Lucas again too. Didn't have to put in any PTO or anything. I just went, right? And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Again, guys, like I said, I'm enjoying life right now. I did reinvent myself. I want to mention that to you guys because I saw I was doing a job at the time, even though I loved it. I was a flight attendant. I loved it. I was away from home so much. And even though I had the flight benefit, I didn't really have the time to go out and just enjoy this world. I love to travel. I love it. And I do have a few things scheduled this year. I will share those once we're on those trips. I'll share those trips with you guys, right? But I just, I wanted to just get on here and let you guys know this is what 60 actually looks like, right? You don't have to look like you are ready to go to a nursing home or anything of that nature. You're still a vibrant person. You still have your mental clarity. I have no aches or pains. I get out and I get my exercise in. I try to enjoy life. But the biggest thing I said, I reinvented myself, is that I have more time to spend time with my brothers and sisters, my nieces, and my I have a few nephews, not many, mostly girls, mostly nieces. I have a couple of nephews, and of course, my son and daughter. And I spend time with family. And of course, now my cousins and stuff, we're all very close. But it gives you that freedom to do that where I'm no longer in that, I call it a rat race, where I'm spending most of my days stuck, performing a job. When I come home, it's dark. That's not me anymore. And I'm absolutely loving it. Guys, our closing on this station is Midlife Magnificent, where midlife shines, right? And always, if you are feeling this message, if you want more messages like this, I would like for you to type in the comment section, power up. In the description, I'll leave some more links to places where seniors get together and exercise and things. So I did want to share with you, it's not just me. A lot of my classmates, we're out. A lot of them are already retired. Like I said, I feel like I am, but I only go in a few hours every other week or every 3 weeks. That's it. It's actually less than 3 hours of work. I have to actually go into the class to do a lecture. However, yeah, you're seeing people get into the best shape of their life at this age. It is just overwhelming to see, and I'm so excited about it. There's one of the young ladies that went to high school with me. She's taking pole dancing classes. I'm telling you, she has abs out of this world. She looks absolutely amazing. A friend of mine that we grew up together too, he's doing weights almost every day, and he says he's in the best shape of his life. Another friend hits the gym every day. You could tell she lost some weight, and she was always beautiful. So I'm not saying, but man, she is gorgeous now. So this time of year, in life, we've learned that it doesn't, age doesn't define you as a person. You can set that bound, those, not necessarily boundaries. You can set your goals yourself. You can decide, this is what I want to do. I actually just downloaded, because I wanted to do something at the house other than the walking and stuff. So I just downloaded Tai Chi this morning. We'll see how that works. I'm excited about it. I'm doing Tai Chi. And, but anyway, I'll put a link in there for just some resources for people that want to, start eating healthier or get into an exercise regimen or things of that nature. Or if you are looking, I'm going to do another video later this week about the careers that people our age could go into, why there's a shortage and why employers are looking for people our age. Some of you may like that, right? So again, I do apologize. I went a little longer than I wanted to. But again, just type power up if you feel this message. And as always, our sign off is we are aging boldly. You guys have a good one.